All right, Rob, I was so shocked that I blurted it out in the middle of our interview with Mark Funky Cole Medina. Big boxing match tonight. I was really looking forward to it.
As soon as you put your money down, you got jobbed, right? The fight was how long?
No, literally, I don't think I got jobbed. It just was a knockout. But I as soon as I got the fight on, because I was having trouble getting it pay-per-view, I saw Joshua knock him out.
Right. I meant by that when I say you got jobbed, you paid $70 and then the thing was over in 5 minutes. That's what I meant. No, it's boxing. It's boxing. It happens.
It always happens.
It happens. But I'm just saying, didn't you expect a little bit of a fight tonight or no? Did you expect
I thought it was going to be a good fight.
That's what I mean.
Ngannou actually had a really good chance after the way he fought against Tyson Fury. Now, I do believe Fury took him lightly, but still, he knocked Fury down, and a lot of people felt like he beat Fury. And so Anthony Joshua's had his struggles at times, and not tonight. So in the second round, Rob, Ngannou, I guess you could say, I mean, it could happen to a seasoned pro, but if some people might want to look at it like his inexperience showed, but he threw, I think, a left hand and got caught with a counter right from Joshua that sent him in on, put him on Queer Street, as they used to say. And when he got up, he got up, but he was pretty much out on his feet. And then Joshua hit him with a right, and that was that. He was down for several minutes, like knocked out down for several minutes. And he eventually got up and was okay. But yeah, so that was, the big exhibition. It was called an exhibition, even though it was a real fight, Rob, because it wasn't sanctioned by any of the bodies, the sanctioning bodies in boxing. But these exhibitions, and we talked a little bit last night about Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. Tyson will be 50. He's 57 now. He'll be 58 when they fight in, I think it's June. And Jake Paul's 27. And Rob, I know you really want to talk about this, which is great because I did too. But
yeah,
what are your thoughts on this?
Chris, I think it's beneath Mike Tyson. And I don't think that my issue, and I understand yesterday we talked about it, and a lot of my friends have chimed into me, about our conversation that Elijah posted on social, Chris.
I'm sure they sided with me.
No, of course not. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they did. Because it's bad for the culture if he gets knocked out by freaking Jake Paul.
But my point to them is, and Chris, I just don't believe. Okay, I'm not a Jake Paul fan. Okay, at all. Like what he's done, the whole thing. He's bastardized boxing. Can I say that word? That's what I think he's done. But Chris, the reason I'm saying I want Mike Tyson to get knocked out is I just want this to end where we stop doing anything because they offer you money. Like
that's not going to end it.
No, but maybe somebody else will look at it and say this
it's going to turn Jake Paul into in people's eyes like a legit contender.
No, but they look at it. He's a 60-year-old man. My point is, Tyson shouldn't give this guy a chance to make money off his legacy. Like that's what Mike is doing, Chris. And even though there's a bag for him and a payday, and I get it, and you talked about his documentary, and he blew through all of his money. I don't know
he
where
might need it. I don't know.
He might need it.
He probably
okay,
does, but who knows?
But a legacy to me, and Mike Tyson's had a checker pass, and there's a lot of good to like, and there's some bad stuff in there as well. But just given, Tyson is a loser in this either way. He's a loser. Well, he should be Jake Paul. He should be Jake Paul, right? Even at 60, he should be Jake Paul if he wins. If he doesn't win, that was embarrassing. Did you see Mike Tyson get knocked out of the ring by Jake Paul? Blah, 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 blah. Where do you win other than just taking money?
I don't disagree with anything you've said. I agree with you. I think it's beneath Mike Tyson to fight a freaking YouTuber who lost to one of the few real legitimate boxers he fought. Tommy Fury, who's not even a good boxer, but he's just a real boxer. All right, so there's nothing. I agree. It's totally beneath Tyson. At 58 years old, he doesn't need to be in the ring with anybody. All right. So I agree with all that. And I also agree, you're right. He has nothing to gain.
He's not going to
millions of dollars.
Yes.
Which, again, I don't know his financial situation, but we know his past. It's a very good chance he just needs money.
Right.
But he could do other things. Right. He's Mike Tyson. I mean, that's how he might be surviving now. Just celebrity appearances. He could go on
autograph signings. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to make money.
He could commentate on boxing matches and get paid. So I'm with you there. I agree. He has nothing to gain because you're right. If he knocks out Jake Paul, so what?
So what? Exactly.
But if he loses, and that's my fear. I agree with everything you said. I'm just like, Tyson is a legend. Tyson, and to me, you mentioned bastardizing boxing, which Jake Paul has done. I'm not mad at Jake Paul for
people have allowed it, right?
Yeah, I mean, more power to him. He got a hustle going and it's working for him. So great for him. But Rob, to me, and even though Tyson's 58 or will be 58 when they fight, if Jake Paul knocks out Tyson, it really will make you, even though people will be like, he's 50 freaking 8.
Right.
It still will kind of sully boxing. This was an all-time, I mean, people have their thoughts about Tyson, whether he was actually an all-time great or not. But he was an all-time great.
Chris, I was covering boxing during that time, right? For the Free Press and a boxing writer, and did all the big fights. And he was feared, man. He was a
king
monster.
At that time.
He was a
people
monster.
Say it wasn't a great era.
Doesn't matter. He demolished everybody in his way. He demolished them. And Chris, I was there in Harlem when he got out of prison, right, on the rape case. And I was writing for Newsday then. And I can remember Tyson getting out of prison and doing a Pied Piper's march, Chris, through Harlem. Impromptu. People didn't know. You know what I mean? He's just walking the streets.
Tyson,
and people came out of their buildings and followed this guy like he was the Pied Piper. It was unbelievable. And I remember that.
That's why, Rob, I agree with everything you said, except that I want him to get knocked out. Because nothing good, first of all, he's 58. And if he gets knocked silly, who knows what that damage that could do. But secondly, he's too much of a legend to get knocked out by a YouTuber. I just think that, and it's not going to stop it. Then somebody else is going to step up and fight Jake Paul. Somebody who's a little bit younger, but maybe was a big legend too, but he's past his prime. And so I hope Tyson knocks him out. I hope Tyson flattens Jake Paul. And Rob, I think that will have more of an impact than on these exhibitions and celebrity fights than if it's the other way around, like you're saying. Because if Tyson at 58 knocks out Jake Paul, then that ends we know you're not a legitimate fighter. Now a lot of the smart people will say, well, he's still not a legitimate fighter. But there's still a lot of people, I don't know. And so if he gets knocked out by a near 60-year-old Tyson, everyone will be like, all right, look, you can keep fighting these other celebrities. You can keep fighting these other athletes from other sports, even maybe MMA, but you ain't really a boxer. But if he knocks Tyson out, man, it's going to sully Tyson's image, reputation, and it's going to skyrocket Jake Paul's.
I agree. But my reason is I hope it deters other legends from doing this and stopping people from looking at the financial and allowing someone to eat off of your legacy. That's why I say what I said.
Just that, because Rob, let's be honest, Jake Paul making money fighting much less people than Mike Tyson.
No, but this is going to be a bigger.
He doesn't
this gonna
need Mike Tyson to make money. Now, this is going to be big.
This
the
is
biggest,
way bigger.
But I'm just saying, he's making millions from fighting no names or MMA guys who are past their prime. So I mean, yes, he is going to make more because it's Tyson, but Tyson might be benefiting more financially than Jake Paul.
Yeah, I think Jake Paul is still going to get a huge payday, Chris, way bigger. Mike Tyson, people love a train wreck, Chris, and he's got legendary name wrecking. Mike Tyson, he's fighting? Oh, God, I got to see this. Like, I don't know what Jake Paul got from some of these other fights as far as, like, numbers. Whatever it was, it'll be times 10. It'll be times 10.
I agree,
but
it's gonna be
times 10.
I just don't think he's making like, again, yes, he's going to make more money than ever off Mike Tyson, but I don't think this is a situation. If you want to say he's using Tyson, I think you can speak financially, but I think it's also more like, this 60-year-old man ain't about to beat me. I don't care who he was. And we saw Tyson in his last fight. I can't even remember who it was, but it was some tomato can knocked him out. I mean, and Roy Jones, that was just a dance contest. They were just dancing, not wanting to hurt each other. But, I mean, that's where I think if he's using Tyson, in addition to a nice payday, it's to gain more credibility. And again, smart people may say he's 58, but still, it was Mike Tyson, and a lot of people are still going to be like, yo, man, Jake Paul, I don't know, dude. He's, and so I think he might be using Tyson, if he wins, to boost his credibility as a boxer, as a legitimate boxer.
I agree. And he gets cred, some street cred, by getting in the ring with a legendary figure. And I'll be interested, Chris. How many boxing fans are going to watch this?
Oh, it's going.
Because every time you do it, every time you buy it, this is why they keep putting it on. All right, Rob G.
I don't mind the celebrity fights if they fighting each other.
No, I know, but Rob G already got numbers. Here we go.
Well, just quick. So Jake Paul's fights average right around 500 to 700,000 pay-per-view buys. But just in context, these exhibition fights, 2 of the top 10 most purchased pay-per-views have been exhibitions.
See?
Number 2 was Mayweather-McGregor. That one did over 4 million buys. And number 10 actually involved Mike Tyson. 2020, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. had over 1.2 million buys.
Right.
Well,
and that's at what, $79 or
1.6 typo. Yes, 1.6.
Right. And that's at like $79, Chris, or $99.
What this really is, Rob, this is an indictment of real boxing.
No, I know. That's what I said.
Because they won't fight each other.
Nope.
The real boxers won't fight each other, and they want to boost their record. And I get it. Business-wise, it makes sense. Keep that aura about yourself, undefeated, as long as you can so you can make more money. I get it, but fans are tired of it. And that's what's made MMA so popular, because the best fighters fight each other and there's action. And now this, because at least they're going to fight and they're big names. We just want to see everybody loves a fight, Rob.
Crawford and Canelo are fighting, Chris. People aren't even talking about that. Right?
No, I mean not fighting.
But I'm saying, but that they're fighting.
People not talking about their fights. Right.
That's what I mean. They both made announcements, and people aren't buzzing about that.